Rod man. We are back again for the Fin Out of Water Football Show. Off season Mondays on a Wednesday continues once again. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Mr. Rodman, aka Rodman the Wise, aka the Truth Teller, aka the number one Dolphin fan in the entire scene. Ain't a goddamn thing to talk about right now. It is a very dry off season. I mean, it ain't no motion. Thank
Yeah.
God for the Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel fiasco. That got us about a good 2 weeks. We definitely gonna have to stretch out, but we are gonna have some things actually talking about in the future. We are going to start our QB tiers, and that's gonna ramp up very soon. We're gonna get closer to the schedule release. There's gonna be things to talk about, but that dry period between like that 2 weeks right after the draft, yeah, it's tough. It is tough. But on today's episode, we are going to be talking about the Marcellus Wiley's SA allegations. Came out of completely left field. And we're going to go ahead and do a 2007 retrospective of the Miami Dolphins 2007 squad. We can't do the 2008 without doing the other side of that coin, which is the 2007, which led to the 2008. So we're going to go back a little bit further and do the 2007, man. So we already got people in the chat. Cap in the building. You already know the boys in the building.
Yes, sir.
So, Rob, man, before we get into anything, what do you want to actually talk about? What do you want to discuss, man, before we actually get into the crux of the show, bro? Anything going on, man?
I mean, listen, man. At the end of the day, I'm happy to finally be moved into the new crib. I mean,
Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Hey,
New homeowner alert.
new homeowner alert. Unfortunately, I have like a month of unpacking to do, but I'm taking my time. I give a damn.
That is the thing that I truly despise, packing and unpacking, bro. Like, it got to the point where my unpacking is stuff that I need, so I got to go dig for it. That's how I unpack, bro. Like, cause yeah, dead ass. I don't like clothes,
Motivation to do
anything.
it is minimal.
It's the worst. The worst. It will stay in a box until I need it, and then that's how I get unpacked eventually, bro. So, but yeah, man, shout out to you, man. New homeowner, bro. It's a beautiful thing. Big things is popping for you. I appreciate everything you do. You feel me? And you deserve this, bro. You deserve to have homeowner attached to you, dog. So another round of applause for the homie, man. Another round of applause for the homie.
Thank you, Cat. Thank you, my brother. Thank all y'all, man.
And so, on my end, I got nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I got nothing. I went out last night. It was a rare occasion where Cinco de Mayo fell on a Taco Tuesday, and everybody in South Florida had the same idea to go outside and shake some ass. Everybody was outside, Rod. Like, no matter, I went to 4 different places. I had a list of places to go. Me and my homegirl, we didn't even hit them all. Like, every place we went to was packed. It was like, it's like every single person was like, it's effed up outside. Cinco de Mayo on a Tuesday, bro. Like, one place we went to had an hour wait. Another place we went to told us an hour and 10. You feel me? And it didn't even matter because it was so popping outside of the venues that you could just have a good time. There was DJs. It was a great time if you are a taco head like myself, if you are a margarita head like myself. So yesterday was fun, and I'm recovering from it, but it let me know how things used to be before things just got terrible, right? Like, I miss the energy of South Florida nightlife. I miss the energy of people actually going outside and enjoying themselves. And it didn't have to take a rare occasion for Cinco de Mayo and Taco Tuesday to be on the same day. It was just an average thing. Like, you could just go out on a Saturday and the city was lively. You could go out on a Tuesday, the city is lively. Now everything is so eventized that everything has to feel like an event for you to want to go out and do something versus just, hey, life doesn't suck. So, let's go enjoy ourselves, bro. So that it was cool.
You know what throws me now too, bro, is the fact that I remember back in the days, like late 2000s, when we used to go clubbing and shit.
Yeah.
I remember like we would go to the club and people were dancing.
Yeah,
Like,
for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? Like, VIP and sections and tables were only for like a select few. But I've heard people tell me, because I haven't been to a club in ages, bro. But my sister told me, she was just like, yeah, like now it's section culture is a thing. Like now people
Section
go
culture is
all about section.
absolutely a thing. It's absolutely a thing. Like
That's crazy, dude.
Haitian Flag Day is upcoming, right? And the place I want to go to, it's called Club Vault. It's in Hollywood, Florida. And the first thing that they advertise is, come get your section now. Sections available. Dog, I just want to go and see some booty shaking in my face. I don't care about no sections, dog. Like, I don't care about no sections. And shout out to what Cap is saying, bro. It's been a minute since I went to Wynwood. Me too. And
Same.
times have changed. Times have changed for real. It absolutely has. Like, it's just there. Trust me, we live in South Florida. That's why I tell all these young dudes, they be like, "Man, Broward boring, bro. Like, I gotta go to South Miami." I'm like, y'all don't know. Broward used to really be popping. Broward
Jump.
had its own subculture. You feel
Jumping.
me? Orlando, West Palm had its own subculture. Miami had its own subculture. If you wanted a different vibe, you like, damn, I want that West Palm vibe. So you drove to West Palm to get a West Palm vibe. If you wanted a Broward vibe, you went to the various places that was popping in Broward. Now it's a couple of locations, a couple of places, and like you said, Rod, it is dominated by section culture. It is dominated by, because like most things, the club is reflective of society as a whole, which is there is no middle class. So it's either you got money or you pretending you got money at this. You feel me? Las Olas. Oh
Especially
my
in this
God.
time. Ooh.
Oh, don't even talk to me about Las Olas, man.
Los Solos, man. Don't,
Las
hey, man,
Olas
that
is
was a
a
time.
zombie. That is a zombie land, bro. I don't even. It's sad when I go to Las Olas sometimes, bro. I'm like, what happened to this place? Jesus Christ, man. But all right, man, Rod, let's go ahead and get into the show, man. We have pontificated enough. We are we clearly don't have that much to talk about, so we try to kill time and stretch it down. But let's get started, man. First discussion of the day, man. We'll save the retrospective for a little bit later in the show. But we definitely got to start with this Marcellus Wiley essay allegations, right? So, I read a full article on it in regards to it. How much were you able to read up on this story in general, Rod?
So the funny thing is that I did happen to read just like a tidbit on it. But the funny thing is, when it comes to Marcellus Wiley, like I've like loosely followed his channel for like a year and a half, and this isn't the first time. He's actually had allegations veered against him before. So I actually found it interesting that now this particular incident is in the spotlight.
Yeah, so this one is going to be a little bit tricky. You feel me, to have a conversation around, because there really is no repercussions that could come from it, right? Like, we are in an age of independent media. A lot of these people are doing things independently.
Right.
So it's not like he's gonna lose his job. And his channel isn't big enough to where he had a bunch of sponsors anyway.
Right.
So he's not on ESPN anymore. You feel me? He doesn't work for Fox Sports anymore. He is on his own YouTube channel at his house in his basement. So there's nobody that can take him off of a platform. And that's the reason why I really wanted to have this conversation, because when you get allegations or anything like that, the first thing that's going to happen is you have to worry, like, damn, is Brug going to keep his job, or is that woman going to keep their job because of the allegations? That person might get suspended, and then that suspension leads to a permanent termination, whether it was true or not, just because of the noise and everything around it. But we are in this new independent age of media where there is no big brother to tell you you got to sit down. There is no big brother to say, hey, you're suspended. You would have to suspend yourself. You would have to fire yourself. And who the hell is going to do that?
Right.
So it is very interesting to see how this plays out, because this is in a sense, a class action lawsuit. This is basically what happened with, like we seen with Deshaun Watson, when it was one accuser and then a bunch of accusers came together to make one big ass case. And then
Right.
that evolved into separate civil cases, because the main case didn't win as far as in the court of law. Like it's civil, and what's the other word I'm looking for? There's civil cases and other type of cases.
Civil cases and well, criminal, right?
Criminal, yeah, the criminal didn't win in criminal, so they all had to go to civil, right? This is a class action lawsuit. 3 of the women that are in this case go back to when he was at in college. where they accused him of sexual assault in college. 3 women. One woman said they went to the AD, all the way to the AD, and then the AD at that school advised her not to go with it publicly because, and I quote, they have a big game against the Nittany Lions coming up against the Penn State Lions, and we need them on the team. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's tough. It's rough.
Wow.
It's rough. But the real one that is the one that has made this come back in the light, because when, like you said, this goes back to 2023 when the first time he was accused of this, right? So these all stem from that same case. There's a new woman involved, and this is a woman who is, I believe, I don't know how old she is now, but she alleged that she's known Marcellus Wiley since she was 13, and for 5 years she feels like she was being groomed because when she turned 18, that's when she alleged Marcellus Wiley allegedly raped her. So, or graped her. We on YouTube. Got to use the word grape. So, I legitimately have no idea to do with any of this, bro. Like, I don't, right? Like, I don't know what to do with none of this. This is one of the ones where usually I have an opinion. I always have an opinion. I'm an opinionated person. I don't know what to do with any of this. Right? Like, there's going to be people that's going to say, hey, don't you condemn Marcellus Wiley? If it's true, obviously. Duh.
Well,
but,
Herbie,
go ahead.
No, it's to your point, Herbie. I think the problem with these situations is that it's whose word against who, right? Because you if you don't decide to chastise Marcellus Wiley, then you end up looking like a victim blaming individual.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
But at the same time, it's almost just like, it's like, how could I tell a woman, especially when she was young as a child, how could I tell her how she lived her experiences? So when we have these conversations, man, it's almost like it kind of forces people to pick a side. It's almost like,
Yeah.
Who do you believe? Do you believe the man who's defending his honor saying, hey, they just want my money? Or do you believe the young girl who, because here's the reality. Like, we could say what we want, and this happens a lot with the athletes, right? We see that, whenever these athletes, people know they got money, they go after them. But at the same time, over 70% of women, probably even much higher than that now, report being, touched when they were young, right? They report being, like they're being foul play with a man. So it's a real thing that happens. And what makes these situations so hard is the fact that like we have to take somebody's word, right? So I feel bad. I always feel like bad for lawyers in these situations, right? Because it's like, who do you believe? Do you believe the girl? Because at the end of the day, she could be lying. Right?
Nah, so this is where it gets tricky, right? Because
or Marcellus is a creep.
Yeah, it's either or, but you're put in a terrible. It's not really you're put in a terrible position. The people involved are put in terrible positions. If it's true, then these people have to live with that trauma. If it's not true, then Marcellus Wiley has to live with the ramifications of having his reputation smeared. You feel me? But the thing I always try to lean towards, if I have to lean an area, if it's one person, whatever, 2, 3, 4, 5 women involved saying the same thing about one man. And mind you, this is Marcellus Wiley, right? Like, I always look at the people that's getting accused and saying, okay, what do these people have to gain from this, right? Like, when stuff happened with Shannon Sharp, we're like, Shannon Sharp is a huge entity. He is a business upon himself. There is money to be made lying on Shannon Sharp. And Shannon Sharp basically got railroaded, right? Because of his own stupidity. But I understand, like, there's a bigger play here. That doesn't apply to Marcellus Wiley. Like, people ain't waking up one day and be like, man, I'm finna ruin Marcellus Wiley's life, right? It's fucking Marcellus Wiley, dog. Like, you feel me?
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
At some point where there's smoke, I'm gonna just have to lean, bro. Like, I'm gonna have to lean towards. So I have several accounts, right? So I'm gonna read the first account from one of the women that is accusing him. And this is a former employee that he worked with at ESPN. So, and I quote, When we went to his room, and they're talking about because they were on the road and they get booked at hotel rooms and stuff like that when they're on the road. When we went to his room, Wiley excused himself to the bathroom. The woman alleges, according to a court filing obtained by U.S. Weekly or Us Weekly. He emerged from the bathroom naked. He pushed me against the windows of the room so hard I thought they would shatter. I was petrified and believed I was going to be killed. I repeatedly pleaded with him to stop and to let me go. He would not. He pushed me face down on the bed and kept me there with my face pressed into the mattress in such a way that I had difficulty breathing, which made me fear for my life. Wiley held me down and ejaculated over me until, oh God, Jesus Christ, masturbated over me until he ejaculated. Rough, man. And only then did he allow me to leave the room. Rough. Yikes. Right? That is one account. That is somebody he worked with. This is from the young individual that alleges that he got it, that she felt groomed. All right, and this is from her. Marcellus Wiley raped me on my 18th birthday after grooming me from the age 13. She filed in the claim. This is, yeah. And then the other people are from going back to 1996 between 1996 and 1999 at Columbia University, where it's 3 different women all accused him of sexual assault. So the smoke, it's some smoke, my boy. It's definitely some smoke, my boy. Like, you're gonna have to do a lot because a lot of these situations are so old. It's not like they could go do a rape kit and everything like that, right? Like, there's no real way to prove this. All you could do is give your truth, and all he could do is fight against your truth and say that is lies. But the amounts of women and the person that they're all targeting, I don't know, bro. I try to shoot people some bail, but dog, you not LeBron James, bro. People ain't gonna wake up with a vendetta against Marcellus Wiley, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dog. Like, I'm sorry.
And here's the other part of this too, Herbie, and this is the maybe the sad part about this, right? Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that that these women were like, these allegations are true, and Marcellus is really just a monster out here, bro. Right? At the end of the day, what's the repercussion? Right? Like, what are you gonna get out of him? You can't stop him from doing what he's doing because he is his own platform. And the sad thing is, no matter what anybody does nowadays, like, your people are your people. If you don't believe me, man, just look at Trump supporters, bro.
No, facts. Facts.
Like, at the end of the day, like, there are some people that, even if they do despicable things, whether it's alleged or not, right? There are just some people, even if your reputation gets smeared, whatever the case may be, these are things that you can't really prove. You're just going off of what someone says. No, but facts. At the end of the day, it's like, what's the like, what do you gain? What do you gain from this? Like, what do you get out of it? Like, what happens? You know what I mean?
Well, okay, so I want to clarify, because I don't want people to think, like, when you say what you get out of this, they're getting their day in court, right? Like, it's more to them. It's about the pride. It's them about you have to stand in front and pay for what you did to us, whether it's financially or not. You did something to us, and we want to have that conversation, which it was well in the right? So it's about them. For them, it's different. It's a different math that they're doing, right? If it's true. But like you said, in the macro, the most that can happen to Marcellus Wiley is he get demonetized on YouTube. Okay, he could just go to Kick. He'll just go to Twitch, right? Like this is the age of independent media. This is why this conversation is so interesting, because the conversation is about what is going to happen to media personalities that are on YouTube, that are streaming, that do Twitch, that do Kick, that are involved with these allegations. What actually happens after, right? Like, okay, is he going to have to settle these out in court? Which I don't think he is, because this goes back to 2023 and it's still going on. So he seems like the type that's not settling anything. And was YouTube going to kick him off the platform? Okay, he's just going to go Rumble. Like, you know how many terrible people are on Rumble right now making money? Rampage Jackson, UFC fighter. This man said, I made more in a month on Rumble than I made in my entire UFC career.
Crazy.
Streaming. So there is no you can't cancel. This cancel culture is dead. Silencing people who have a voice because they own their own voice and they own the platform that they're projecting their voice to is dead. Like it, I. So I'm just really interested in how this actually progresses because that's going to tell us a lot. This story is going to give us a view into what the future of this is because it's not going to be the last person that is a media personality to get accused of sexual assault. It happens like twice or 3 or 4 or 5 times a year, bro. Like
But
this is
there's
just one
always
of the
some
first
prominent
ones.
figure, man.
Yeah, for
Yep.
sure. This is just the first one where now we get to see, okay, what's the fallout from this? What is the actual fallout from this? So I don't know. Any last words?
Nah, man, that's it. I'm all.
Okay, so let me get his voice because I want to be fair to all parties involved. And this is a quote from Marcellus Wiley. Marcellus Wiley on went to his YouTube page, his platform, and said, "I'm going to continue to challenge all of these false accusations. I'm exposed to inconsistencies. I break down the film and confront what I believe to be attempts at my reputation or cause harm to my reputation through legal coercion or legal extortion. They're trying to leverage lies for personal gain, as they say, assassination by accusation. That's their goal. They're trying by lying. They don't want justice. They just want ice, money, bling, and things." Brother, you don't. All right, man. Whatever, dog. All right, bro. All right. Get
Hey, you
your
never
shit
know
off,
her.
bro.
Maybe he was really good with his money. Who knows?
Get your shit off, bro. Get your shit off, bro. Get your shit off. Okay, bro. You got it, bro. You got it, bro. All right, Rod. Let's do it, man. Talking Dolphins, man. Retrospective 2007 season. So I don't know if anybody's seen the last retrospective. What we like to do, we actually like to talk about the year before the year in pop culture as a whole, and then we get into the actual season, man. So 2007, Rod, what do you remember about 2007, that year?
Well, the most significant thing for me personally was 2007 is the boy. It's the year your boy graduated, man.
Yeah, man. That is true, man.
07
Oh
class. You
07,
feel
oh
me?
7 class, man. Woo.
But
Yikes.
but
Rod,
but
we're almost at the point where we're gonna have a 20 year. Next year would be a 20-year reunion, dog. That's like, oh my god,
bro,
man.
you ain't got to remind me of all
That's
that.
that's
Boy.
tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's really tough, bro.
Woo, we get old, man.
Yeah,
But
man.
look, bro,
Yeah.
but listen, '07 had some listen, '07 was when you go back and look at these years, like '08 I realized was just an awesome year.
Yeah, for sure.
'07 was an awesome year, but there were some things like, for example, Spider-Man 3 came out that year, right?
Yep.
And that movie was a big box office hit. I hated the movie back then. I probably watched it some years ago. I hate it now. Um, but I heard me. Listen, Transformers came out that year, right? And I remember Transformers, the first one, will always hold a special place. I saw that movie like 3, 4 different times with different friends and shit. But I also went to take my mom to go see that movie, right? And she was someone who was adamant about not liking these type of movies. Man, she couldn't wait for the next one after
Right.
watching the Transformers.
Yeah, I remember you
bro.
telling me that. I remember you telling me how much you loved it, bro. And you were
Dude, it
just
was
like
awesome,
shocked.
man. It was, bro. She couldn't believe what she was watching. And look at the state of movies now.
But
bro.
that was the crazy part about it. I remember when we went to go watch Transformers, and everybody in their mind, like everybody in the theater, had their mind blown. Like we thought, like it was such an achievement more than anything. Like this is
Yeah.
possible. We've gotten to the point where we can make a Transformers movie. We gotten to the point where the CGI in Pirates of the Caribbean is some of the best CGI ever. Like we got to see things on a big screen that we just did not think was possible. So yeah, 2007, bro, was it had some stuff, bro. Like
Bro, you had Umbrella from Rihanna. You had Halo 3 came out, bro. For the old
big
school
one.
gamers.
Big one. That's a big one. Yeah, a
You
lot of
had
Doritos.
Superbad.
Lot of Doritos and Mountain Dew was consumed to Halo 3, my boy. For sure.
Bro,
For
Superbad came out, bro, which is a legendary comedy, bro. I Am Legend closed out the year,
Yep.
man.
Yep.
There was a couple bad things like the Virginia Tech shooting, which was a big thing. It's crazy now because the school shootings now, like we're numb to these things now.
Yeah, well,
right?
yeah, for sure.
Back then, the Virginia Tech shooting was a huge thing.
It
You
was,
know what
of
I'm
course, it was a
saying?
huge thing. It was so huge because it was one of the first ones since the Columbine, where it's like, oh my god, like they
Yeah.
talked about the Virginia Tech shooting for months. A
Yep.
school shooting now, it's conversation for maybe 48 hours. Like we're so numb because it's happened so much and we've gone so backwards as a society when it comes to that thing. So yeah, it's crazy what used to matter that doesn't matter almost 20 years ago.
Right.
I have a couple of things, right? So this is I got a couple of pop culture factoids. 2007, the year that Britney Spears completely went batshit crazy and shaved her head.
Oh,
That
so I
happened in
forgot about
2007.
that. Ooh.
2007, the finale of The Wire and the final episode of The Sopranos. That
Oh,
was also
dude, two of
2007.
the greatest shows of all time, and I watched them
Uh,
late.
Right? 2007, the iPhone, the most transformative piece of technology to ever exist, came out in 2007. Absolutely, completely changed phones, to completely changed technology.
Changed the
People,
game.
I don't think people understand this. There was a time where there were more than just one phone that a person had, right? Everybody had a bunch of different like I remember people had a Motorola Razor, you had a BlackBerry, you had a Sidekick. Your phone was something that identified you, right? And then this guy named Steve Jobs, crazy fucking guy, right? Who had this crazy idea to say, I'm going to make a phone with no buttons. And people were like, that's not going to work. Bill Gates and Microsoft laughed at him. I remember, like, we have to put things in context. I was somebody because that's the time where I just love technology. I knew that the iPhone was going to be something that just changed everything. But that was not the conversation. It was such a radical idea to make a phone with no buttons. Like people thought that was the dumbest thing ever.
They
And
thought
it
it was insane.
completely they thought it was insane. They thought it was going to be a massive failure. This phone that is dominating, I think, 70% of the market share was at one point in time thought to be a failure and was going to be dead on arrival. And it is the most transformative thing that technology has ever produced.
Bro,
So that came out in 2007.
Herbie, imagine this, bro. It's gotten so bad that there's phone discrimination. Like there are people who don't even want to see you if you ain't got that blue bubble on it.
Dog, I am in the Apple ecosystem specifically because I want to have sex with women. That's it. That's the only reason, dog. Like, I got tired of girls catching the ick just because they got a green bubble when they text me, dog. It sucks, man. I am that shallow. I'm sorry. I only have this phone so I can have sex with women. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, shout out to Shaw. That's a good one, man. The foul, bro, Mike Vick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, a lot happened in 2007, bro. Crank That Soldier Boy came out. Like, there's a lot of things. So I got a couple things right here, right? And then we'll move on to the Dolphins part. Number one film, highest grossing film of that year, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. The number one album, you're never going to guess what the number one album in America was. The highest selling album in America was in 2007, right?
What was the highest selling album in 2007?
Noel by Josh Groban, the guy that looks just like Ernie when Ernie had long
Oh
hair.
my God, no way.
Do you want to know what the number one and number two and number three and number four shows were that year? This is how crazy times used to be. Football was not the number one show in America in 2007. Football was the number 10 show. Like this is the time where this is before football completely dominated. What do you think was the number one show in America in 2007, Rod?
The number one show in America in 2007. It was probably something like How I Met Your Mother or something like that.
No, not even in the top 10. Number one show in America in 2007 was American Idol on Tuesday. The
Oh
number
my
two
God.
show in America was American Idol on Wednesday. That was the number one and number two show in America. The Tuesday American Idol and then the Wednesday American Idol. Number three, you really not going to guess this one. Dancing with the Stars was the number three show in America. The number four show was the reaction show, Dancing with the Stars on Wednesday. Like, reality TV, competition television was the biggest thing in the world in 2007, bro. Like it's
Yeah, I
insane.
totally
And,
forgot about that culture, bro.
and then you had Desperate Housewives, CSI, House, Grey's Anatomy, and rounding out the top 10, Sunday Night Football. That is completely different in 2020, 2026, and going into 2027. Now, if you look at the Nielsen chart, it's going to say Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, and then a TV show,
Because everybody's
right?
streaming
Like,
now.
yeah, so,
Everybody's streaming
and
now.
not even that. It's just because football has gone from this
That too.
thing that has just become a monoculture unto itself.
Yeah.
Like the if you look at every year the top 100 rated shows, like 70 of the shows it's a football game, right? Like it's just football is so massive, and it's just crazy to think that in 20 years it really wasn't. It wasn't even close to what it is now, as far as attention, as far as viewership. So I thought that was a little interesting tidbit, man. So let's get into the season, man. 2007, man, the infamous 1-15 Miami Dolphins, the Cam Cameron Dolphins, the Ted Ginn Dolphins, the Randy Mueller Dolphins.
Let me before you continue, Herbie. I just want people to remember, my Dolphin fans, y'all remember this. Y'all remember when Cam Cameron went out and was just like, "Oh, I'll take Ted Ginn Jr. and his family." Y'all remember that? I hope you do. Go ahead, continue, Herb.
No. This is where you shine, bro. So I have a couple of stats from this 2007 Dolphins, man. Obviously, you were fourth in the division, last in the division. The record was 1-15, like I said. You guys were the 26th ranked offense, the 30th ranked defense. You had the worst point differential. I think you guys were negative 170 points. Dog. Like,
Awful.
so bad.
Herbie, that team, Herbie, let me tell you something. And this is why, Herbie, that no matter what happens from here forward, no matter who I meet, you can never, ever, ever test my faith as a Dolphin fan, bro. Because that season tested that was the most adversity that every Dolphins fan had ever faced. You want to talk about Herbie? We went 14 weeks without winning one game.
Insane.
We went 14 weeks. Herbie, picture this, dog. If Cleo Lemon doesn't hit Greg Camarillo over the middle in overtime after the Ravens miss a kick, because the Ravens actually had an opportunity. They had two opportunities to ice that game. The Ravens had an opportunity to score at the end of the game, but they got cold feet because, when Kyle Bowler is your quarterback, you're not going to take a lot of risks. So they said, we'll kick the field goal, we'll handle it in overtime. They got the ball in overtime. They marched down the field. They couldn't get in the end zone. They missed the kick. Cleo Lemon to Greg Camarillo over the middle. The Dolphins finally get a win. Herbie, that season was so awful. And let me tell you this. That was the season, Herbie. That was the season where I truly learned to hate Tom Brady. Prior to 07, I didn't like Tom Brady because he was the Patriots quarterback. But after watching him throw 6 touchdowns on us, bro, I thought to myself, like, yo, for real, dog? Y'all gonna kick a dog while he's been down, dog? Oh, bet. I hated Brady until he went to the Bucs. I hated him for that.
Oh, no, for sure. For sure. As you should. As you should have. You gotta think about it, bro. Like, it was just a disaster all the way around. Like, I remember the first press conference that Cam Cameron got, and we knew immediately, like, we're like, oh, we're in trouble. This dude don't have he don't got no sauce, no energy. There's nothing to this. He's a nothing burger. He's a zero. Like, we're screwed. Like, you knew it, but you still try to have faith. And then the 2007 draft happened. And then they took Ted Ginn. And we're like, oh, we're really in trouble. Now, granted, a lot of people wanted Brady Quinn, but he felt in his heart you guys needed Ted Ginn. And then the season started. And y'all got y'all ass kicked. And we're like,
Ted Ginn, imagine your first 2 picks in a new regime is Ted Ginn Jr. and John Beck. And shout out to you, Rashad. You're right. The 07 Patriots, in terms of teams in my lifetime, in terms of a single football team that I watched dominate for a whole season, that Patriots team is the most dominant team that I ever watched. But
it sucks that they didn't win, bro. I love it. Oh, you're right. My bad. I love it.
That Herbie,
Man.
that made going 1-15 worth it. Imagine, Herbie, the 72 Dolphins went to the one game we won, and their spirit carried on to the Giants, Herbie. It
Oh
carried on to the
God, dude.
Giants.
I can, bro. You know me. There's nothing I hate more than the New York Giants, bro. Like, and the Philly Eagles are a close second. I could not watch ESPN for 2 weeks, bro. Like, I was just so mad. I was so mad, bro. I was so mad. Like, back to this team though, man. You guys were bad at everything, bro.
Herbie,
Bottom
Marty
bottom
Pickett was
five
our number one
offense.
receiver, man.
Yeah,
Come
bottom five in
on.
defense. Like, this team was a disaster, dog.
Disaster.
Like,
Especially after Ronnie Brown got hurt because he was actually starting to look good and then he tore his ACL. Nah, bro. This team was just a disaster from start to finish, man.
I mean, it
Herbie,
was rough,
we were
bro.
on 14 going into week 15, bro.
You guys had a -5 when it came to expected rushing yards, bro. Like y'all just did nothing well. Like y'all did nothing well. Like a -170 point differential is atrocious. Now, granted, majority of that came from the 6 touchdown game against the Patriots. That had a lot of heavy lifting to do with that. But still, you got outscored by 170 points on the season. That's like
And Herbie,
3 football scores, dog. Like,
and Herbie, you know what makes me feel bad is that we wasted a great year from Jason Taylor. Because despite how awful that team was, he was still a baller. He still had some juice in his tank, Herbie, and we just let that go to waste. And I think I remember Joey Porter being pretty good for us that year too. But I know for sure, man, JT, man, I apologize for you, my brother, for you to have to live through that version of the Dolphins.
man, so the reason why this is really tough to go back and look at that, like part of the reason I personally love doing the retrospective is because, one, we get to relive some things that we really enjoyed from pop culture and stuff. But two, we get to go back and look at the draft. That's my favorite part of this. And if you've been listening to the show, if you've been watching us for years, before we were on YouTube, before it was a video podcast, when it was audio only, I have championed the 2007 draft as being one of the greatest drafts. Now, granted, it is very top heavy. It does not have a lot of depth. It's super top heavy, but the top is arguably the best ever at their positions in the 2007 draft. The 2007 draft had the number 2 pick in the 2007 draft was Calvin Johnson. The number 3 pick in the 2007 draft was Joe Thomas, dog. The number 11 pick in the 2007 draft was Hall of Famer Patrick Willis. The number 14 pick in the 2000 draft was Hall of Famer Darrell Revis, dog. And then you got guys, and that is why it's really bad. You guys had the 9th pick in that draft, right? Okay, you didn't have an opportunity to get Calvin Johnson. You didn't have an opportunity to get Joe Thomas. Whatever.
Everybody else fair game.
Everybody else fair game. You had an opportunity to get Patrick Willis. You had an opportunity to get Marshawn Lynch. You had an opportunity to get Adam Carricker. You got an opportunity to get Darrell Revis. You had an opportunity to get Lawrence Timmons. You had an opportunity to get Jarvis Moss, Leon Hall, Michael Griffin, Aaron Ross, Reggie Nelson, Dwayne Bowe, Brandon Mayweather. You had an opportunity to get John Beeson or Anthony Spencer. And then, this is the one that really sucks. The Miami Dolphins, who have been terrible when it comes to offensive line play, you had an opportunity to get Joe Staley. I'm just talking about the first. Marcellus is way back. Joe Staley went 28th. That's just the first round.
That first round is epic. I forgot.
That's the first round, bro. All of those dudes could have been a Miami Dolphin. And Cam Cameron and Randy Mueller decided to take Ted Ginn Jr., dog. Yikes. Disgusting. That's tough.
And the funny thing was, we were killed for not taking Brady Quinn, who turned out to be
a bust. Major bust. Super bust. Super trap. But there's so many solid guys that y'all could have had, bro. Like, okay, they're not a Hall of Famer. Lawrence Timmons was a good football player for a couple of years.
Leon Hall was good in his prime. You named Dwayne Bowe. You named a whole bunch of guys.
I named good players. Like John Beeson, Anthony Spencer, Cowboys, good player, bro. Like Joe Staley is a multi-time Pro Bowler, multi-time All-Pro, and y'all took Ted Ginn. Then y'all in the second round took John Beck And this is who y'all left on the cutting block, bro. You could have traded up to get somebody like Eric Weddle, bro, but y'all took John Beck. And goodness gracious, y'all could have took Sidney Rice. Y'all could have took Steve Smith, the other Steve Smith. Like, this is... And then, let's actually go to the draftees themselves, bruh. You guys drafted Ted Ginn Jr., John Beck, Samson Satali, Lorenzo Booker, Paul Soliali, Regan Mawau, Kelvin Smith, and Brandon Fields. Brick after brick after brick after brick. The best player from that draft class was Lorenzo Booker, who was a fullback, right?
I mean, some fans might argue Paul Soliai, but you're asking for piss or shit at that point.
Hey, I want to give you Paul Soliai, but that's just because his position was more important. But objectively, the person who did their job the best out of that draft class was Lorenzo Booker. He was the best player as far as doing what he did at the highest level. He was a better football player. He was better at his job than Paul Soliai was. Like, it's just a fact. You got Paul Soliai and Lorenzo Booker, and it was just straight bricks after that. Oh my God, bro. Bricks. John Beck lasted 2 years.
Get you, man. That's what a bad team will get you, man.
This is incredibly bad, dog.
Randy, Jeff, Chris, God, Sully, please be the chosen one. Sully,
this is tough, bro. This is tough.
Man, and mind you, Herbie, like this was around the time where Parcells was gonna turn us around. You know, the 2008 and whatever. All these fucking dinosaurs, man. Never do anything for us.
Man, shout out to Cap, man. And then next year, then we chose Jake Long over Matt Ryan. Just brick after brick, man. The bricks continue, bro. Y'all niggas was like, y'all was like the Orlando Magic, bro.
Hey, I hated Matt Ryan for so many years, dog, just because people used to tell me that, bro. I wanted him to fail. And then I realized, you know what, dog? Like, I should just accept the fact that we should have drafted Jake Long, bro.
It was nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts, bro. Like this is so funny because there's nothing good to say about this. All we could do is laugh at the stupidity, dog. At least with the 2008 retrospective, we could say, hey, remember this time in that season? You remember what this happened? You remember this game? This was just bad, bro. This is just straight ass cheeks from start to finish, bro.
Only highlight of the season is Camarillo over the middle.
Like, that's it. Dog, y'all could have had Marshall Yonder in the third round, and y'all took Samson Satali, dog.
Who was a failure. Just a complete failure.
Hey, dog. Like, yeah, man. I got nothing, bro. What do you have to talk about, bro? Like, when it comes to this team, what do you remember?
I already told you what I hated the most, and I already told you the one moment we had, Herbie. As a matter of fact, I put this season for me, Herbie, I put on the back burner because this was the hardest year of football I had to watch as a fan. Because here's the thing, Herbie, the Dolphins didn't even give us their regular BS where they kind of make you feel like, okay, maybe we can get back in the playoff hunt. Like, this was the one season where it was just like, man, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And it got to the point where it was just like, oh, man, if I go to a game, I can't leave without my paper bag. There's no way you should be showing up watching this team without a protective shield that looks like crap because they are crap. Like, Herbie,
that I do remember, man. That was the thing about it, bro. That was peak brown paper bag Dolphins. Like, just everybody had a brown paper bag over their face in the stands, bro. That era, it was rough. It was rough.
Like, Herbie, that era of the Dolphins, bro, is a. I put it out of my mind because 2007 was a great year outside of that for me.
For sure. True.
Yeah.
All right, man. So let's go ahead and close that out, man. So last thing that we're going to talk about, man, we got to wrap up. Like I said, it was a light show. So if you are somebody who's just into all the sports, we're just going to have a little, chit chat about the NBA playoffs to close out the show for the NBA fans who, follow the podcast as well, man. So, Rod, I ain't going to lie to you, my boy. What's up with these 2026 NBA playoffs, boy? Because, man, things is happening and things is moving and grooving, boy. I thank God I ain't putting no parlays together, boy. A lot of my shit would have been brick.
Man, let me tell you something, man. My parlays have not been hitting at all because this playoffs has been crazy. I'll tell you, I'm one of those weird people because, like, when you ask like other sports fans about their favorite section of the playoffs, some people will tell you championship, conference finals, or AFC championship, whatever. But I am, oh, Cap, I'm gonna get to that. I am a huge fan, Herbie, of the first round of any playoff. For whatever reason, I like the chaos of the first round, right? Because there's always a surprise or two that you don't see coming, usually, right? This year's first round. Oh, listen, hey, listen, Cap. I be playing. You know what my problem is, Cap? I get greedy, man, because I don't like a parlay. Is just in terms of logic, just not a wise thing to do. So I don't put a lot of money on parlays. So
Yeah, bro.
I gotta fatten it up, man. I get too greedy, man. The overs be hitting, man. It's the other thing I don't be hitting. But listen, bro. First of all, he mentioned the Celtics, Herbie, and that to me was my listen. Anytime I get to watch a Boston team fail, Herbie, it's a great day. It's a great day. It's always sunny in Philadelphia, Herbie. Thanks to them, man. And I gotta tell you, the Celtics went out in epic fashion, Herbie, because all they did was just brick after brick. They pretty much spent 3 games building a house, and it was beautiful to watch. It was beautiful to watch.
Bruh, the most insane thing is I'll never forget it, bro. It was 98, it was 99, 98. And the Sixers brick bad. They had a 5-on-4 fast break, dog. One of the dudes was running to the rim and they just shot a three. They didn't even look at the dude running to the rim. They could have took the lead. They could have potentially won the game, bruh. And it's just like it's driving me crazy, Rod. Like this was my issue with the first round, and I'm happy for the second round because now we're gonna get some actually good basketball teams. There's not what is it? How many is it? 16
16
or
teams.
it's not 16 teams that should be in the playoffs, bro. It's just a fact. There's not 16 teams that should be in the playoffs, bro. There might be 6 good basketball teams, and 16 of them have to make the fucking NBA playoffs, bro. Like, like Orlando Magic is not a good basketball team. That was nah, bro. Like, hold on. Oh man, hold on. No digs, not guilty talk. Bring them to Miami. Y'all need them. It was such a stupid trial, bro. Like, it wasn't even no point of talking about it, bro. Like, it was the most obvious dumb trial of my life. Like, I was like, ain't even nothing to talk about. No disrespect. Like, it's just nothing. It was. This lady is obviously just mad that he was fucking other women, and it got to a courthouse. Like, she just made it so much harder for women in that position. Like, she made it harder for the women that are accusing Marcellus Wiley for doing similar things. Because of women like her, right? Like, that's the actual conversation. Bad faith people using their emotions and trying to get the law involved. And now she's embarrassed, but nobody's actually going to really hold her accountable because she's a woman. They're just going to be like, whatever.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. That's usually what happens. Slap on the wrist, man. Slap on.
But what do you think about him coming to Miami, though? To answer Rashad's question.
Oh, yeah. Keep that toxic ass nigga away from me, man. Nah, you know what? I'll say this. I'll say this, man. We could use the talent. We could use the
Bro,
talent. We could use
Stephon Diggs in Miami as a professional for dog, man. Some people send that nigga to Alcatraz, man. I don't mean like jail wise. He needs to
Hey,
go somewhere it's not popping, bro.
yeah.
That's why it worked at Buffalo. That's why it worked kind of in New England. He needs to go to where it's just not popping at all, bro. Like, don't send him anywhere that's popping, bro. That's lit, bro. At
Let me tell
all,
you.
bro.
Let me tell you
Send him to
something.
Green Bay, Wisconsin, dog. He needs to focus, man. Leave the BBLs. This is the BBL capital of the world. He don't need to be anywhere near Miami, bro. Like,
Bro,
at all, dog.
let
He
me
would
tell you
lose his
something.
mind.
I knew something when they were interviewing. I seen the clip of this like years ago when they were interviewing when he was in Minnesota. The guys in the locker room, they're just like, "Yo, who's the one guy you wouldn't want your sister to date?" And it's like, man, Herbie, Diggs was the universal choice. Everybody
And
was like,
mind
"No,
you,
no way."
I thought about that too. It's funny that you brought it up. I had that same thought. I'm like, mind you, that was a universal answer when he was the Minnesota Stephon Diggs. He wasn't even a star then. He was just you had to be like like you had to either love fantasy football or really be a diehard to even know who Stephon Diggs was at that time. And he was showing his ass then. Oh no. No, 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 bro. Stay your ass out of Miami. I don't need Stephon Diggs on South Beach. I don't need him on Lincoln. I don't need him on Brickell. I don't need
Nope.
him in Doral. I don't
Nope.
need him anywhere. I don't need him at Dolphin Mall. Stephon Diggs at Dolphin Mall. Are you crazy?
No, 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 no.
Man, no, no, no.
How my boy Cap
BB.
just said, man, that's a ticking time bomb waiting to happen.
Man,
No
take
dice.
your ass to Green Bay. Take your ass to like just go. No, 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 and not no dice, no dice. But back to the NBA talk, man. Orlando's not, bro. Stupid. I don't like stupid basketball teams, man. Stupid
Nah, man.
basketball, man.
Herbie, Orlando is a basketball team. There's a reason why they fired that coach, bro, because they just don't do smart things on the court. Like
A lot of these dudes don't, man. A lot of these dudes don't, man. That's why we're seeing Minnesota potentially make their third straight conference finals, bro. It's like it's never been more apparent that NBA regular season basketball is completely different than playoff basketball, bro. That's why the Lakers beat the Rockets, because playoff basketball is played for execution. NBA regular season basketball is played for points. They're two different games, bro. Two different games. To see the Orlando Magic miss 28 straight shots in a game that they were up 24 points in a closeout game at home and then lose by 14, dog, that's the dumbest basketball that's ever been played, bro.
45 minutes without a main basket, Herbie. 45 minutes. I could have driven to Miami to go watch the game. In the middle of it happening. And I live in Broward. Like, I live in Margate, bro, and I could have made it to Miami before they made in between shots.
Celtics, stupid basketball. Suns, stupid basketball. Right? Oh, no, Suns just got their ass. They just got blitzed. They just got completely blitzed by a far superior team. So I'm going to shoot them some bell. Rockets, elite stupid basketball, dog. Like elite stupid basketball. Like, we are really seeing the fruits of what happened when we don't invest real fundamental basketball, because you got dudes who do not know how to execute in the fucking half court that have been playing basketball their entire lives, bro. Like, when people say, oh, 90s basketball, that shit looks stupid. Like, if you actually go back and watch NBA Classic, the games look bad, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's not as athletic. It's not as high flying. It's not as fast. But what you're watching is cerebral basketball players play basketball at a high level. You feel me?
Just niggas running to shoot threes.
Like, we're so far removed from, in my opinion, the best basketball that I've ever watched, which is the 2014 Spurs. That is the most pure, beautiful brand of basketball I have ever seen. And you could argue some of the Warriors teams too. Like before it got kind of isocentric when Kevin Durant came there, like 2016 and stuff like that.
Yep.
That is real basketball. Movement, cutting. Everybody could pass. Multi-passing. Because everybody knows what they're doing on the court. You're watching a bunch of dudes who have no idea how to play basketball in these playoffs. There's not, like, that's why there was so many blowouts, dog. Like, it made for theater, it made for interesting stuff, but that Detroit Orlando series, bro, burned that whole series, bro. Burned the whole series, dog. It was an embarrassment, dog. Like, shout out to Detroit. They won. And again, I get it. But dog, like,
and let me tell you something. And to your point about how playoff basketball is so much more far different than playoff basketball, like playoff and regular season. Jalen Duren, bro. You want to talk about how, like, he is he reminds me of another Harden, just one of these guys who in the regular season, when there's no real pressure and he could just hoop and make his money, it's cool. But when the pressure's on and you actually have to show you have some moves, like, bro, like, if Jalen Duren plays to just his regular standard from the regular season, that Orlando series doesn't go no damn 7 games.
It doesn't go 7. Orlando wins in 5 games. They win in 5 games, dog.
Come on, dude.
Like, you blow a 3-1 lead, bro, as an underdog.
Herbie, we can't forget this. The Nuggets, bro, blowing It's one
That's
thing
the
to lose.
conversation I want to have. That's the conver- That's the convo. That's the convo. I am a huge Nikola Jokic fan, right? Like it got to the point where I'm such a fan that when they got out of the playoffs last year, I didn't really care. I didn't really, you feel me? I'm not in love with the NBA like I used to be, and it's not no get off my lawn take. It's just I don't have the bandwidth for all of this shit, bro. Like it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
But when he deservedly so got his back kicked in. Like, you cannot lose a 19-point lead to the team that you lost a 19-point lead to 2 years ago, dog. At home in a game 7. That same team, bruh. And you did it again to the same team. And you did it and you lost to the team that did not have Anthony Edwards, Dante DiVincenzo, and Ayo. You lost to Jaden McDaniel. Like, are you the same dude that said all you niggas is pussy? Y'all let him beat y'all?
And he proved y'all right. He proved y'all proved him right. Y'all proved it. Hey, you know what? Hey, maybe Murray might end up in Miami. Maybe.
Hey, dog, y'all let this man say all y'all is pussy. And then y'all let him prove it to y'all faces? Hey, are you serious? You cannot be considered the best player in the world and lose that series to who was out there on that court, dog. There's no way.
Herbie, to your point, for all the and I'm a big Jokic guy. Like throughout the past few years, I've been saying he's the best in the world. But Herbie, after a series like that, like you can't name me one all-time great superstar player that at this stage in their career had a series like that. Like you can't name any of them.
You
bro.
can't. And it's to that team, to the team that did it to you already.
Right.
The team that you blew a 20-point lead at home in a game 7 to. Best player in the league doesn't lose that game, doesn't blow a 20-point lead twice to the same team. And then to lose a series with the 2 rotation players and a top 10 player and not even playing that series. And y'all went. And it wasn't even close, dog. It's not like they lost on the last second shot or anything. They thoroughly got their ass kicked in a game that Anthony Edwards was not a participant in, dog.
That was disgraceful.
Yeah, no more conversations, bro. You're out, bro. Done. No more best in the world conversation.
For all the people who are quick to be like, "Oh, Jokic is better than Steph Curry all time," stop it. Stop it.
But you know what? Speaking of Steph Curry, man, shout out to Steph Curry, dog. I love this, man. I love seeing how your stature is enhancing because that bum ass nigga Kevin Durant keep failing, bro. I love this. I love this for you, Steph.
Herbie getting to get it all out of his chest today.
I love this for you, dog. I've been telling y'all about this bum ass nigga Kevin Durant for so many years, dog. Y'all continue to find a way to shoot him bail. Now the new excuse is, well, what do you expect Kevin Durant to do? His teammates are bad. He wanted to go there. And the reason why he wanted to go there is because they were the number 2 seed last year, bruh. So either like, and this is not me. This is, and I'm gonna do something that Acho. What's Acho's last name?
Emmanuel
Acho, who shamelessly just steals people's stuff and says it on the platform without like, bro, I hate that nigga, bro, but. This is a post on Twitter, and it says like this: either Kevin Durant is not as good as y'all say he is, or he is the worst identifier of talent ever. It's the fact. Like, you wanted to go to Phoenix to go play with Devin Booker. You wanted to go to Houston because you in your heart believed that all they needed was you. And that's what a lot of people said. This guy, this number 2 seed with all this young talent that was a 2 seed, you get Kevin Durant, look what's going to happen. They got worse. Kevin Durant is 0-7 in the last 7 playoff games that he started. But somehow it's everybody else's fault. I'm loving this.
He He didn't even show up for this. He didn't even. He couldn't even. He
But
couldn't
no,
even play.
I'm mad, bro. I'm mad because he only played in one series. Now people are saying, "Oh, look at the team he had. Look at the team." What? Of course, he was right. He was right to say that. Say what he said in the group chat. Like that's not the reason why the team imploded. Because of what he said in the group chat. Nobody, like, he called Jabari Smith retarded, man. Come on, dog.
Yeah, somebody who looked up to him too, bro. That's
Like, come on, dog. This man looked up to you, dog. You call him retarded. Come on, dog. Yo, of course the team is gonna implode. That's what he does. You know who Kevin Durant is? Kevin Durant is the bad bitch that you realize, like, I get why nobody likes you, bro. Like, I get why you stay single, bro. Like bad as fuck. Like you like everything on IG, and then you finally get her. It's your turn, bro. You finally got her, dog. And then she opens her mouth. You're like, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh crap. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I made a massive mistake. I see why you were available. Like, come on, dog.
Herbie, to your point, the Houston Rockets are having a massive case of post-nut clarity right now. They're having a massive case of it because they realize what they got. They realize what they got, man.
KD toxic, super toxic. He's toxic like Redbone with a BBL toxic.
Yeah, man. It's so listen, and this is what Charles Barkley said, and it's the truth. He's just the greatest bus rider ever. That's
facts.
He's the greatest, but he's not a bus driver, y'all. How many different locations does he have to go for people to understand he's not? And I don't want nobody telling me, like, well, what about when he was with the Warriors? The Warriors were already made. And Steph, even if you want to take away the first championship, that man won a fucking NBA title with Andrew Wiggins as his number 2, pretty much.
Yeah, man.
So
yeah, man.
I don't want to hear it, bro. What? Like, come on. And KD has had, hold on, let's run it back. Russell Westbrook. He's had Harden twice. He had Kyrie. He's had Devin Booker, he also went to a finals without KD. Like,
and a conference finals.
And a conference finals, bro. Come on, y'all. And niggas want to tell me, KD better than Steph Curry all time. What? Wash your mouth. You're talking dirty. You're talking crazy.
We can't be having those conversations anymore, bro. Not this season completely put that to bed, bro. Like, stop it.
It's a wrap.
Like, stop it. Like, Steph has more MVPs. He has more He has more championships. Like, he has more playoff success. He has the 73-9 record. Like, come on, dog. Let's end it. But no, I'm excited for the second round, though.
3-1 too. I mean, KD had him down 3-1, right?
Yeah, you feel me? That too. That is the one. Like, that is the one. That's the one. Regardless of everything, bro, you had me down 3-1 and I beat you. What are we talking about? Whatever.
And then you
exactly. Second round, though, man. I'm excited. I can't wait for this. Is to me now we're actually having some actual basketball. Like, I think the second round and obviously the conference finals are going to be some great basketball. So I'm super excited, dog.
No, same here, man. And you know what, man? Hey, man, y'all watch out. If Anthony Edwards is healthy, y'all watch out for them Timberwolves, man.
I honestly, bro, after what he did in the game 1 against the Spurs, bro, I might just ride it out with the Timberwolves, bro. Like, somebody like Anthony Edwards deserves to be an NBA champion, bro. Like, that dude wants it. That dude, like, I tell people, bro, like, he is closer to Michael Jordan than Kobe ever was. And I don't mean, like, as far as legacy. I'm talking about play style, right? Like, people want to say that Kobe and Mike had the same game. Kobe and Mike had the same game when Mike was like 95 to 98, that mid-range Michael Jordan. If you want somebody if you want to know what Michael Jordan would look like in the NBA now, his name is Anthony Edwards. That athleticism, that foot speed, the aggressiveness, how he attacks the fucking the hoop, like, where he's trying to take souls and wham on you. Anthony Edwards is 88 to 90 Jordan, like, just ridiculous athlete. And guys like him, like, I'm tired of these cornballs. Like, the Thunder, great team, full of cornballs, man. I'm sorry, bro. Detroit Piston, full of cornballs, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I need somebody that actually has a personality to win the fucking championship, dog. Please, bro. So I'm rooting for Anthony Edwards, man. I don't ever want to hear SGA talk into a mic, bro. I like tomato, 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 dog. Tomato, tomato. Throw every tomato. Come on, man. I just don't want that man in front of a microphone. I don't want Cade Cunningham in front of a microphone. The nigga says nothing, bro. Tomato, nigga. Like, tomato, nigga. Like it's Ant and it's Wemby. They the only two dudes in this NBA that got something to fucking say. Like, actually have actual personality, bro. I'm throwing tomatoes at the rest of all these niggas, bro. For real, dog. For real. All right, man. Before we get up out of here, man, any last words, Rob?
Nah, man. Listen, like you said, Herbie, I'm looking forward to the rest of these NBA playoffs, man. And most importantly, I'm just looking forward to getting back to football because the offseason is always a freaking drag. All these other channels, they dig up for things to talk about, and we just be like, we'll let y'all talk about it. We'll talk about what we want to talk about. You know what I mean? It's just,
facts, bro. Facts.
Cap, shout out to you. Shout out to you. True Blazer. Fucking Rafi. All the homies. Always love, man.
Always love, man. So, round of applause for the chat. Jamaican air horns for the chat. And we will see you guys next week, man. Deuces.
Deuces.